What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 11th Hour Gaming Channel. I am AJ Gels. Guys, I am so excited to talk to you about this. Not just because this is the last video I have to do for a couple days, because I'm sorry, guys, I am beat after doing all these press conference videos. I don't know why, it drains me a lot and my brain hurts. But Sony's press conference just ended. I just watched the first little bit of the IGN post show. I'll probably be going back to that soon, because there was a lot to decompress. And because not a lot. It was a shorter press conference than Ubisoft, but if you ask me, they delivered more. They didn't do as much, I think, discussion as Ubi did, but they showed a lot of games and they showed a lot of demos. They didn't show a lot of trailers and then talk about a trailer. I'm very excited to talk about this stuff. But in the meantime, but before I start into that, you can find all of my E3 press conference coverage on the channel, on my website, Facebook, on my Twitter, all that's down in the description below. Hit me up down in the comments. Always happy to talk with you guys. If you might have inferred something different than I did, please talk to me in the comments. Always happy to talk with you guys about whatever the hell you want. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, stay up to date, everything that I'm doing here. Check out my weekly show, The 11th Hour. That goes live every Friday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Check out the variety of Let's Plays I got here. Alright, here we go. Let's hop in to this monster of a press conference. This was the best press conference all night. It opens up this kind of live orchestra performance. You know, I'm sitting there listening to this music. Go, what is this? You know, I'm like, is it Final Fantasy? Is it this? Is it that? And I'm like, and then it kind of pops up. We get a demo on the screen. This kid's like playing in the snow with these toys. Like a little kid, kind of like in tribal dress. You hear like a deep gravelly voice yell at him. He's like, "No, come here." The little kid goes in. He's like, take your mother's knife, and he's like, did she teach you how to hunt? He's like, yeah. And then the guy kind of steps out of the shadow, bald head, big black bushy beard. You see the red markings, and boom, that is fucking Kratos. We have a new God of War, everybody, and this one does not look like it used to. Holy shit, this game looked cool. I literally just cheered when, like Kratos kind of like walks out of the shadow. You're kind of chasing this kid. It's kind of like he's teaching him kind of like how to hunt, and then you're like getting attacked by these monsters. The combat seems to be like really close, like tight on the shoulder, kind of not as dumb hack and slash actiony as it used to be. It seems to more be like dodging, attacking smart. Throughout this, it kind of seemed like there was like this dynamic between the kid and Kratos, kind of like, like Joel and Ellie. From what I was seeing with, and again, I was listening to the Cast of Beyond. They were doing their, they were breaking this one down. Some people were saying, that they'd like to see this be separate from the original God of War franchise. Like it's its own thing. It's a reboot. I think it can still kind of be a reboot. Like at one, they showed this big boss fight against this big giant, and they showed, use something called Spartan Rage. So that's where I'm sitting here going, this is probably a jumping on point for people, who don't know the franchise, kind of like me, who maybe played it sparingly or not at all. You can jump in on this one and not be confused, but there is still all that history before. But again, it's the question of, is this a new Kratos in Norse mythology? This is Norse. Is this a new Kratos, or is this the old Kratos who's kind of went on a journey and now he's in Norse mythology? There's dragons, there's ice giants. There was a lot to decompress in that demo. Look up that demo. Watch this entire press conference. This press conference was fucking awesome. Just simply, this is God of War. It looks great, no matter what it is. If it's a totally new reboot, if it's combined with the old franchise, it doesn't matter. This is fucking awesome. It showed this one scene that was almost like very heartwarming. It's like the kid shoots a deer, and Kratos is like, finish it off, and he's like, holding the knife. The kid's like, I can't, and Kratos takes his hand, just drives it into the into the deer, and the kid's just like, what do we do now? And he's like, it's a time for a new beginning. And it's just this great, it was so good. After that, Sean Layden, of Sony Interactive Entertainment, he comes out. He kind of comes out. He came out a lot. Did some quick talking points. He then delivered a statement for the Orlando shooting, like a few of the other press conferences. And again, I've kind of given my own, heart. It's the same. Their hearts, prayers, all that are with the families and the victims. And again, I've said the same thing on my past couple videos, and I'll say it again. This time, my hearts and thoughts are with you. I'm sure everybody's is. After that, we got look at Sony Ben's new game. Sony Ben's Ben Studio. We got a look at a trailer for a game called Days Gone. I literally have it in my notes, just wow with an exclamation point. It was an amazing trailer. It looks like it's a post-apocalyptic game. It looks like you're playing like a former biker who's now kind of like he does what he does to survive. He's like, it's like I'm a bounty hunter, I'm a mercenary, I'm a whatever it takes to, he's like, he just seems all gruff, and like everyone he knew was like everybody he's ever cared about is dead. I don't know if this is zombies, and it seems like an open world game, but it might not be. It might be very similar to Last of Us, but I don't know. That game was just awesome. Great trailer. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, they really didn't talk a lot in between. They just kind of showed trailer, a little bit, here's maybe some gameplay, trailer, gameplay, trailer. Like, they showed so many great games. Next to show up was The Last Guardian. Finally has a release date of October 25th, 2016. It was a trailer. I'm not a Last Guardian guy. I haven't been following this game. I really have no interest in this game. I know it's being done by Team Ico. I didn't like Ico. I didn't like Shadow of the Colossus. I know I'll get the hate mail for that. But again, I don't know a lot about this project, and I know it's been kind of like on the back burner for years. It's finally coming out this year, and I know everybody, Bird Dog, yeah. So yeah, you can look for Last Guardian, October 25th, 2016. That is a Sony exclusive. The next to show up was the game that has been pushed back, I believe, to February 28th, I believe was its release date. Guerrilla Games, Horizon Zero Dawn. We got to look at some gameplay. Really cool live demo. It basically, it's like kind of showing like the main character. I don't know her name. Like she's, kind of like waving this torch, looking at this, like all this stuff, it's kind of like putting up like little kind of like the idea of the story. It's basically like she's looking for the secrets of the past, of like how we got to, these kind of like tribes now fighting robotic dinosaurs. I believe Max Scoville in that post interview was basically saying, he's like, this is like a mashup of every video game I've ever loved. And I'm like, yeah, it's about right. It looks like it's like some Tomb Raider aspects, some Far Cry aspects, some just there's, and like they're saying, like Decepticons everywhere. It's so cool. I know I'm just giddy right now. I'm sitting here and I'm just like, oh, like I want to play these games. Like I was super tired right before that conference. I was going, oh, I gotta watch this, and then I'm just like glued my eyes, like, this is fucking awesome. And if I didn't say this earlier, something that made this conference even better, all the music was done by the live orchestra that did the God of War. Because they played live to the gameplay trailer, or to the gameplay demo. It was the composer of the soundtrack for the new God of War, so they played the music for everything. It was a great thing. But into the gameplay, I'm sorry, I had to make that segue. Into the gameplay for Horizon Zero Dawn. Basically, she's running around, you're out looking for she kind of like uses this like scanning ability to find weak points on these crabs, like these little crab walker dudes. There's scavenging. Looks like you're pulling parts off these things to craft. There's probably some big RPG elements in there. We're seeing these weapons, like bow and arrow, but it looks like there's multiple kinds of bow and arrow. Multiple bows, multiple kinds of arrows. We see a slingshot, some sort of like rope caster where she like shot this like robotic bull. And like pinned it to the ground and like hacked into it, and like now you can ride it and use it as a mount. Yeah, there's dialogue choices. I honestly don't know. Like, there was so much to see in this. And again, I'm so excited. My brain is everywhere right now. But that gameplay, it looked fantastic. Cannot wait till next year to play that game. I think right now the fall is the time time for Microsoft. Early next year is Sony's. Sony's already got the next year locked in with this amazing lineup that we just saw. Moving on, we see the next Quantic Dream games, Detroit Become Human. I was a little disappointed with this one because I remember seeing the original, what Detroit Become Human was. I think it was like last E3 or something, but it seemed like it was something like, or maybe it was at PSX last year, but it looked like this game, like it was built off something called the Kara demo. It looked like this girl who's like an android. She's kind of like broken free, and she's like trying to find her place in society and like where she belongs. but she's not controlled by the laws of robotics. But like, I was reading into it. Apparently, that's still something big in this one. Like, the laws of robotics are big in Detroit. This Detroit Become Human. But it seems you play as as I'm putting an android detective called Connor. I have no idea what the hell what's going on with that. I think it's going to be really interesting. It looks like an interesting game. I'm a little disappointed because I don't know. I think that like I said, Kara kind of like, and again, still making the dialogue decisions and all your choices shape the game. I think that makes more. I don't know. I think that would make more sense with like this not law enforcement aspect, but it's still pretty interesting. We get a big bunch of PSVR news. We see a demo. It was basically saying, it was like, it says like, first there was it was before the kitchen demo. If anybody remembers the kitchen demo, it was a while ago. It was like you were tied to a chair and there's like this creepy old lady just like running a knife across you, and just like, it is like really creepy. It was like a early VR demo. But this game will be on PSVR or just plain PlayStation 4. Resident Evil Biohazard, or Resident Evil 7. January 24th, 2017 is the release date. It can be played in PSVR or not PSVR, or just plain PS4. We didn't get a lot of details, but this does look like a new-ish Resident Evil game. There's not much details I could discern from watching that, other than it looks really scary. Continuing on with that, we got the official date and price for the PSVR. PSVR will launch October 13th at $399. That's not bad. I still think it's a little much on the cost, but I might buy in. I'm not gonna lie. No matter how much I don't like VR or this concept, I don't know. I might buy in with the PSVR if those demos at GameStop are good enough and I can try them. But they were talking about, there was looks like there's like 50 games at launch and when the game, and then by the end of this year. So it looks like VR is going to have a lot of compatibility, a lot of stuff to use. Then was shown a game by Impulse Gear called Farpoint. It kind of looked like a planetary explorer first-person shooter. We just kept seeing like flashes, and we didn't really get a lot of explanation on what that is. So I keep an eye on the media outlets for the game Farpoint. Keep an eye out for that. Then we get a little trailer for Star Wars Battlefront X-Wing VR mission. Didn't get a release date on that, but obviously that's going to be part of Star Wars Battlefront. Of course, it's VR. That's, I don't know. That's also exclusive to. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's the next one. I'm sorry. But no, I think that's interesting. And I mean, of course, there was going to be a Star Wars X-Wing something. That was going to happen eventually. Then we get to see something really interesting that I still kind of question. We have, what was it? Batman Arkham VR. We had, I'm assuming it was Mark Hamill's The Joker because it was by Rocksteady. It was, he's like talking about the mask, and he's like, why'd you wear the mask and this and that. And again, it's one of those you'd have to see to really understand it. It's going to be an exclusive PSVR this October. And again, I saw no gameplay, nothing. I don't know what it's about or how it's going to work. I'm kind of sketchy on that one because I don't know how Batman game's going to work in VR. Just like I don't understand how this next one's going to work in VR, because we saw a Final Fantasy 15 trailer. We got the release date 9/30/2016. A neat trailer, but that was followed by a demo for Final Fantasy 15 VR experience. Don't know how the hell that's going to work. It looked weird. It looked like at times it became like a weird like time splitters, like not time splitters, like a weird arcade shooter. I mean, it looked really dumb and really hokey. So I don't know. I don't know enough about it. Other than I think it looks really dumb, in my opinion. Although I guess speaking of first-person shooters, the next one, I'm assuming this is going to be in VR. or be VR compatible. We got a nice look at Call of Duty Infinite Warfare available November 4th, 2016. We got a great look at this sort of seamless switch between different kinds of combat. You know, it kind of starts up, you're on this bridge, and you're picking like where you want to attack, where you want to go next. Then you walk down to the hangar, you get into your ship, the Jackal, or a Jackal, I think it's what it's called. Then you shoot out of the you're out of the cockpit. You're not out of the cockpit. You're out of the little carrier. You're out of the little space carrier. Then you're flying around. You're doing dogfights in the air. We're shooting all this place. You pull up to this big like warship. You open the cockpit. You're out. You're shooting around. You're flying around in space, shooting people. You have this like grappling hook that like you're grabbing people. You're pulling them toward them, like ripping their helmets off and like watching their like heads explode in the pressure of space. Then you breach into the command center of this one ship. You're inside. Gravity pops back on. Boom! Now your boots on the ground inside a ship, shooting all these people. Super fast paced, super just violent, bloody. Shoot. You take all the people out in their little hangar. You open it up. You go out of their hangar into. Into your Jackal again. Fly away as your ship just destroys this carrier. Then you're back into your carrier and you're going off to the next mission. It looks amazing. It's so seamless. I'm fascinated by this game. Cannot wait to see it when it comes out on the 4th. That wasn't the only Call of Duty news we got. We also got a look at Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. It's coming out on next-gen consoles. I don't know. That excites more people than me, or other people than me, because I'm not a big. I didn't like Modern Warfare. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people hate me for it. I didn't like Modern Warfare. I didn't like the Modern Warfare series. I just didn't. Mostly because I still liked World War II at the time, and then those came out, and I was like, oh, it made me sad. But again, you can be excited for that. I didn't get a release date, but it is happening. Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. Then we got to look at Crash Bandicoot is coming back. We got a nice look. We really didn't get a look at the actual games that they announced because they said Crash Bandicoots 1, 2, and Warped will be fully remastered for the PS4, I think sometime next year. But what will appear first, Crash Bandicoot will be appearing in Skylanders Imaginators in October 2016. Again, I don't know what to tell you. I think we saw a trailer. I don't know much about Skylanders, so I'm not going to try and weigh in on that. After the Imaginators kind of trailer, we got to look at the trailer for Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. I don't know. It looks funny. It looks cute. I'm not a... I really become disenchanted with the Lego games. And I also was not a huge fan of The Force Awakens. Again, I'll wait for the hate mail. No, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was the greatest Star Wars movie ever, like a lot of other people did. I thought it was very indicative of 4 or the original of Star Wars New Hope, and just I don't know. I just didn't think it was anything like super special. But yeah, but along with that, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens demo is now available. The full game will be available in 2 weeks, so check that out. I'm sorry, I'm talking so fast because I'm so excited right now. This is awesome. Andrew House comes out, also Sony Interactive Entertainment. He starts talking and introduces one of the greatest minds ever in the video game world. We all know him. We all love him. That crazy bastard Hideo Kojima walks out. Just so, he's got the beard, he's smiling. It's so nice to see him happy again. After he's left Konami, he now seems like he's always smiling. I follow him on Twitter. He's absolutely hilarious. I find it weird that he was speaking English because I've never seen him speak English before. Maybe I just haven't seen the right videos, but everything I see him, he's speaking Japanese. So it's really cool hearing him speak. The first thing he says, he's like, "Hello, everybody. I'm back." He's awesome. He announces a new kind of like a trailer for something by Kojima Productions. It kind of like you're on a beach. It's kind of like all this muddy sand. Kind of going up. We see, like this naked man lying on the beach. With this, like a handcuff on him. You see this like dead. I'm assuming newborn baby because it says like the umbilical cord. The guy wakes up. It kind of pans around as he's crawling over to the baby. He's got these like. handprints and dust all over him. You know, there's like this black oil all over the ground. He's trying to figure out what it is. And you see him, it kind of shifts around right as he picks up the dead baby. It shifts around to the guy's face. It's Norman Reedus. It's The Walking Dead's Norman Reedus. He's sitting there just like the beard. It's like he just had, you know, he's like not saying anything. The music's swelling in the background. They did some sort of licensed song for this one, but you know he's hugging the dead baby. He like puts it down. He like kind of turns. You know, notices like all this oil on the ground. He turns around. You know, there's like these dead whales and sea life all around. You know, he's looking up. There's like these 5 like human outlines up in the sky behind him. You know, he's just kind of shifts around behind him. You know, it's like Norman Reedus, you know, or Kojima Productions with Norman Reedus in, gives us the title, Death Stranding. DEATH, Death Stranding. That's all we have on it. We had no details, no nothing but that cinematic trailer. Already enough to hook me. I mean, I'm not a horror game guy, and it seems like that's a horror game. Wow, just holy shit. And who knows, maybe that won't even be what the game's about, because, you know, Kojima, he likes to really mind fuck everyone. But I'm super excited about that. That game's going to look, that game already looks really cool. Plus it has Norman Reedus, so you sold me. He's my favorite character in The Walking Dead. Yeah. The next thing was a little weird, because I've never seen Insomniac do this game, but it showed, it was a guy talking. Obviously this game is set in New York. You know, it's Insomniac. Marvel Spider-Man. We get a PS4 Spider-Man exclusive Spider-Man game made by Insomniac. It was it was very CG cinematic trailer. I don't know what to make of it. Some of it looks like it's very indicative of every Spider-Man game that's been made. But who knows? Maybe it'll be. I have great trust in Insomniac. Their writers are great. I have no doubt that this game is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to see the Insomniac Spider-Man. We didn't get a release date, although we know it's coming. And then they ended this. They ended the press conference with something with the game that I actually wanted to see the most of. They came out and said, "Okay, now we're going to give you a live demo of the game we showed earlier tonight. Here's a live demo of Days Gone." So we finally, you know, we get an actual look at gameplay of Days Gone. It kind of picks up where the trailer kind of left off. He's kind of standing, look at this, destroyed camp. I still don't know what the main character's name is. Still kind of like has that ex-biker look. So, you know, it kind of like goes down into this camp. He's looking for some guy. I think he's calling him Two Dog. You know, it's, you know, like before he, you know, like descends into this camp, you know, he's getting something in his radio. He's like, well, you know, it's almost night. And, you know, he kind of walks away. He's like, well, when has that ever stopped me before? You know, again, I'm talking about this almost like completely seemingly meaningless dialogue, but I'm so interested in seeing what it's going to be. It shows some scavenging, you know, like he opens this like truck hood, you know, pulls something out and, you know, uses it like a silencer on his pistol. You know, this guy he's looking for is getting attacked by this like little mutant baby. You know, it looks like one of the little mutant babies from Dead Space. You know, jumps at him, he's trying to kill him. You know, he's chasing this guy, and we get a big sight, and it's some sort of infection. You know, it doesn't look like shoot him in the head infection, but it's some sort of like really weird infection kind of thing. You know, like he catches the guy. You know, they fall off the building. You know, they land. One guy breaks his leg. He lets the monsters eat him, and he's just like running away and like just mowing them down with this machine gun, and just keeps running and running and running. Eventually, he kills all of them in this like massive, like I swear there's like 200 things chasing him. You know, and he's kind of like trapped and pinned, and then he kind of looks around, and he's like all of these, just literally like thousands of these things just swarming around, and he's like, all right, let's go. And just boom, Days Gone, ends the press conference. I don't know what to make of this press conference, guys. I mean, this was amazing. It had mystery. It whetted my appetite. It makes me want so many of these games. I cannot wait for this. And after all these press conferences, I cannot wait for the rest of this year, for next year. All the great stuff we're going to be seeing. Guys, I hope you're excited too. I hope I somehow, through these, I think 5-6 videos, have made you really excited for the upcoming times, really made you excited to check out the stuff that's going to be happening on this channel, because I am going to be doing a lot of stuff on this channel with these games. I hope you enjoy my voice, because again, if you want to keep watching it, you're going to keep listening to me. And like I said earlier, you hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, my website, down in that description below. You hit me up in the comments. Always happy to talk with you guys. Always. I always respond to comments. Just always hit me up. Always feel free. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, stay up to date. Everything that's going on here. Help support the channel. Tell your friends. Hell, sneak onto your friends' Facebook, or sneak onto your friends' YouTube accounts. Have them subscribe to the channel. Get more eyes on this channel if you're liking what you're seeing. I already have a great viewer base. I mean, I have 33 subscribers, but I wouldn't trade them for any number of people in the world. They are great people. I thank them so much for watching my stuff and believing in the channel. Thank you guys so much. If any of you are watching, I love doing this. This is fucking awesome, and I know I'm cursing a lot. I am energized. I am hyped. Just thank you so much, everybody, for watching. You can check all of the rest of my E3 press conference coverage on the channel or on my website. Hit me up, like I said, in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. My weekly show, The 11th Hour, that goes live every Friday, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Check out the variety of Let's Plays I got on this channel. Guys, this is the last press conference I will be doing this year for the 2016 E3. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Thank you if you stuck through this all the way. Guys, I'm AJ Gels, and this is the 11th Hour Gaming Channel. Keep tuned in for more. I will be coming to you for the rest of the year and into next year. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm out.